Patricia Whitley was tired of trying to balance family and a career.
The boys cried when I left in the morning because they wanted to see me. And when I came home at night, they would fight over me because I'd come home at bedtime. But I was gone all the time.
So she and her husband John decided Patricia should quit her high-paying sales job. But after she resigned, Patricia became terribly ill and landed in the hospital with large medical bills.
It was a situation where you start to feel like you're just treading water. You're trying to avoid sinking.
Soon they were tens of thousands of dollars in debt with no way to pay it off.
I felt guilty. I felt embarrassed that it was me that was sick and that I was the one that was causing the problem.
As Patricia recovered, she decided to spend time reading her Bible and praying about what God wanted them to do.
And I'd remember the example of my family, that they had been tithers forever. So I wanted us to go back and set that standard again. I wanted to go back where I had come from and start tithing again because I just wanted a stake in the ground.
John refused to give their money away.
I just kind of rolled my eyes. Look, God's not a slot machine. You don't drop $5 in and get $35 out. That just does not happen.
A week later, Patricia was listening to Pat Robertson on the 700 Club.
His inflection, the tone of his voice was like he was talking right back to John. And he said, I know that God is not a slot machine.
Now, this isn't some heavenly slot machine. I want to make it very clear.
I was so stunned that he had repeated verbatim what my husband had said days before that I just stopped listening and ran to the phone and dialed the 700 Club to give.
Patricia called John, and this time he listened.
She said, you will not believe what Pat Robertson just said. And I said, what? She said, he said exactly what you said last week.
John finally agreed to tithe. The Whitleys came up with a very tight budget so they'd have extra money to put towards the debt. They also experienced a few money miracles. Patricia got a bonus from a consulting job she had done a year earlier, and John's business at the music store picked up substantially.
You start to feel like there's somebody on your team. There's somebody on your side. We're winning.
In 6 months, they paid off nearly $40,000.
I was so excited because his word worked. I'd given, as he said, in Malachi. I tested him, and he passed.